Glad to have you back, everyone. You're watching NewsNight. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has fined 8 electricity distribution companies the sum of 628 million naira for non-compliance with the capping of estimated billing for unmetered customers. Now, the fine comes after a review of the billing practices of the Abuja, Eko, Enugu, Ikeja, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, and Yola distribution companies, and that's between July and September 2024, which revealed that they failed to adhere to monthly energy caps issued by the Commission. NERC, or NERC, also mandated the distribution companies to provide credit adjustments to all overbilled customers by May 15 this year, coinciding with the end of the April billing cycle. Joining me now is Saidu Lawal, who is Assistant General Manager of Consumer Affairs at the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Thank you very much for joining us on NewsNight. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is exactly how, did you come about this 628 million, fine? How do you measure what unmetered consumers use or don't use in a way that you're able to say, look, this is what they have been overbilled by, and so the DisCos have to pay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Every month, the Commission actually issues energy caps, which are the maximum amount of energy that a DisCo should bill on metered customers. And this number is actually gotten from an analysis of the metered consumption, consumption of the metered customers. So that the Commission now has a cap for the unmetered customers. And every month, the Commission gets the bills, the billing data from the DisCos, and then it now measures compliance. It checks every single unmetered customer, the bill that was issued to him on the month, and compare it. Is it in line with the NERC, the Commission's approved cap? So we do that every month, and for the latest one that we issued, the fines were based on 5% of the overbilled amount. So we compiled the whole amount of overbilling that was issued to customers, and then we took 5% of that as the fine.
So 628 million is 5% of which figure now?
The total amount of overbill that was issued to customers.
That's a lot.
So
when the DisCos actually rake in about 509 billion naira, I mean, amidst series of grid collapse, what customers say is inefficiency. In many areas, they actually complain that they haven't had electricity for long. But the DisCos are smiling, if not laughing, to the banks. 509 billion. So what you are charging them now to pay back to customers or consumers is less than a drop in the ocean.
No,
how much of a stringent
amount is the fine?
Right.
But for every customer that was overbilled, he will be given that amount back.
Right.
So if you are, for example, now if your bill is supposed to be 10 naira, that's the cap, and you're billed 5 naira extra, in the next month by May, you will have that 5 naira returned back to you in your bill.
In what way exactly? Let's.
So your bill.
How do I know if I've been refunded or given back my?
Yeah. So
my excess billing.
For you to know your cap, you have to know your feeder. Every month, the Commission publishes the list of all the feeders for every distribution company, and so the feeder information is on your bill. So if you go to the Commission's website and download, you know how much is your cap.
Right.
So when you compare that amount, the cap is how much you're supposed to bill as an unmetered customer. So now you look at, was that the amount that you were billed? If that's not the amount that you billed, the excess for those months of July, August, September last year, so that excess will be paid back to you in your next bill in May 2025.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, all of this applies to unmetered.
Unmetered customers.
What exactly is happening with metering? The metering gap is somewhere around 9.8 million or so, we're told. Around plus or minus.
Yeah.
What is being done to meter the unmetered consumers?
Yeah, the federal government has come up with a presidential metering initiative, and they're planning, I think in this year, the Minister of Power has announced that in this month they're going to the first phase of metering of customers. Okay. And it's going to take about, I think, 3 years to close the metering gap. And it's a special intervention by the federal government to buy meters and issue to customers. So it's going to about 8 million meters will be issued, and
in the first phase,
this month. No, that's the total. That's the total number. So in the first phase, it's going to start this month, and I think first phase about
when this month. I mean, this is April.
Yeah, it's April. It's April. We're just starting April. No, it hasn't started. Okay. We're still expecting the meters. Right. So that's metering intervention from the federal government. Now, for those customers that are not willing to wait for that. Right. There's a program of the Commission that's Meter Assets Provider MAP. The MAP? The MAP program.
We've been hearing about the MAP program forever.
It's working.
How effective is that?
It's very effective. In last quarter of last year, through MAP, we installed about 180-something thousand meters. Yeah, it's actually, we realize that some people will not want to wait for the meters from the government, so they want to pay for. So if you pay,
so the meters from the government is free.
Yeah,
guaranteed free.
Yeah, you don't. You're not going to pay. You're not going to give money. Yeah, to a dime. No.
Okay.
And presently, too, there is another fund, the Meter Access Fund, that the Commission has started implementing metering for this year, for this month. Sorry, what that too is free, and that is specially targeted for the Band A customers, because those are the customers where we have the highest allocation of energy. And so we want to actually reduce the losses on that, that class of customers. So that's something that started this month too.
So the Band A are they are the main focus here. What happens to the underserved, the rural areas?
No, the rural areas is where the government
will be providing the free meters.
Yeah, free. And other bands, but for this one, the band is the main focus.
Okay, so federal government actually licensed some 20 local meter manufacturers about 2 years ago. 4 million free metering program. What's happening with those licensees?
They are producing. They are part of our MAP. Yeah.
Right. Are they being patronized by the federal government?
Most of the MAP are those local manufacturers. But the capacity the demand, shall I say, is more than what they're able to provide. So I think, that's basically it. So that's why now the government is actually going to, buy outside them, to import it.
Yes. Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much. Saidu Lawal is the Assistant General Manager, Consumer Affairs, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. I want to believe there's a feedback mechanism that the consumers can actually let you know that, we have, we've been compensated
definitely.
or not.
Yeah, we have a call center that they can call, and they can also contact us.
Is it a 3-digit number? What's the number? If you can call it out, or do you know it's offhand?
No, I don't
you don't
have it.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight.